Ah, we're live. Don't make us come over there and find you. Don't make us come over there and get you. We've got GCASH to give away. After all, it is Friday night in the Philippines at 6 p.m., which means it's time for Dan and Minnie's Journey. That means three of you. Yes, three will win 333 before this live stream is over. Let me bring up the chat and see who's hanging around. The first one that shows up on my screen is Claire, and Nicole is here. Anime Reyes, RD Vlogs is in the house. Rona Cease checked in to say hello. Daisy Lynn is hanging around. Journals stopped by to say hey. Alien Cruise official Moelma and Letty Me, member for 7 months. Daisy Lynn for 6 months. We've got LJ Rose, Annie MC, Cha Ram, Lynn Alejas. Did I say that correctly? Madeline Reyes is here. And we also have Jean Zay, John God, and Hot and Sexy in the house as always. Finger licking good. Conan Girl is here. Moo is here. Sassy and Saucy is here. And so is StreamYard. That's good. What would we be doing without StreamYard being here? Like I said, we're going to give away pesos tonight. Rodell, how do you like them apples? Man-hee-oh. What do you know? Okay, so, I have today's story to share with you. You know how I always come with a story, Claire, Girly Santa? This you might find this interesting, Rona. You might find this interesting. So stay with me while I try and share this story with you, okay? Because I'm distracted right now, but I'm going to share this story. I'm going to do my best in order to get this story out. So, as usual, Charam, I forgot what I was going to talk about. Viana Cañas. All right, so as many of you know, because I've been talking about it, we've been talking about, Mammy and I were going to take off pretty soon. As a matter of fact, the ferry heads the heck out of here from Bye Bye City Leyte tomorrow at about 11 a.m. or so. We're headed for Cebu because Cebu is where all the action is. Thank God the celebrations are over. Sinulog, is a beautiful celebration. I'll have to take it in about 10 years from now. And the reason why is because I'm afraid of people. Yeah, I heard all the horror stories about people getting pickpocketed and all that stuff. And and because of that, I kind of stay away. I kind of try and stay away from that sort of thing. Big crowds. Lorraine Pajares is here. Hello, Lorraine. Ramel Guapo in the house. God repairs, and God knows I need a lot of repairing. So here's where we're at, right? Here's where we're at. We're going to be taking off, and we don't know where we're going to end up. We know we're going to be in Cebu, Shaney. We also know that we'll be going from there to Manila to hang with the fellas. And I'm tempted. I'm tempted to go over there to the, what is it called? The Okada Hotel and fork over the big money to do the buffet. I don't know if we're actually going to do that. I really don't, because my wallet is a little bit thin, and so I don't know if I'm going to have the do-re-mi, if you know what I mean, in order to spend on the luxurious buffet at the Okada Hotel. And so that's the whole thing, I'm not sure if we're going to have the dough, the money, the kita, I'm not sure we're going to have the pesos in order to make this work, but we're going to try. We're going to try. So I'm going to line it up for you. I'm going to tell you what we're going to be doing. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be going to sometime during the week. We'll be heading over to the infamous Waterfront Hotel and Casino, where Man Minnie most likely will be playing in the casino. You know how Man Minnie is. She loves the casino. And I don't want to deprive her of her casino time this time of year. And so she'll be headed over there and we're going to probably get a room there. Get a room. You too. Lovebirds, get a room. So that's what we're going to do over there at the Waterfront Hotel, and we'll probably be taking in the breakfast. I came with breakfast. So I recall I booked it and it said breakfast included. And so that means we'll be doing the breakfast buffet in the luxurious but dated 4-star hotel. Now, I'm going to be quite frank with you. Don't call me Frank. And that is that, I saw the reviews on it, and people are reporting that, that hotel that's over there by IT Park and all is a little bit dated. It's getting a little bit dated. And so that's the only major complaint. Oh, no, there was another one. Check-in is very slow over there. I don't know why that would bother people, but it does. There were a lot of reviews on there talking about how check-in is slow. They don't have an upgraded system. They do everything by hand. And so I'm okay with that. I'm okay with people if they want to do things by hand. And I have patience. So after all, I am turning Filipino. And if you are living here, you have to have a lot of patience, right? Or you become a patient. anyway, so that's probably what we'll be doing. We'll be headed over there. We'll spend the night and we'll take it as it comes. Whatever kind of room that we get, we'll accept it with a smile on our face. It's a 4-star hotel, so it's got to have something going for it. Of course, we've been over there and we've been in the casino before. I loved it. I thought the casino was nice, even though nobody was around. And then we'll be enjoying the buffet breakfast, and we'll be doing a video on that and showing you what that's all about. But that's going to be later during the week. So it's not one of the first things that we're going to be doing. And then to pay for that, or to be able to afford to do that, then we're going to moderate a little bit. And we'll be going and staying, Lorraine Pajadas will be staying in 3-star hotels. And I don't think there's a hotel there that we paid for that's more than $30 a night. How much would that be in Philippine pesos? At 56 to 1 or so, I think, is the buy rate. So right around 56 to 1. So I don't think it's any more than $30 a night in each one of those other rooms. And then from there on, I believe on or about the middle of the month, we'll be jumping on a plane. And again, Dan messes up because he can't tell time. And we'll be leaving early in the morning, heading over to Manila to hang with the fellas. And here I did something outrageously stupid. So I just wanted to share this outrageously stupid thing with you, right? So what I decided to do there, I decided that we were going to go low budget, because after all, they don't call me low tech and low budget Dan for nothing. So what we ended up doing there is we rented for a couple of weeks or two the most low cost room that we could find in Manila, which turned out to be half of what we're paying for in Cebu. And so that means for $15 a night or less, we'll be staying in a hotel, and we will be videotaping and bringing it to you so you can see what it's all about. I noticed that when I booked this hotel in Manila, that a lot of Filipinos stay there, and very, very few people from the United States. So I don't know. I saw a few people from the USA that did stay there, from America, and they were happy. They reported everything was fine. And the Filipinos are always happy, no matter where they stay. And so there were no real negative reviews. I kept trying to look around, trying to see why this place was so cheap. And it turns out it's because it's in a scary, scary setting. And so it's way back deep in the forest. And a lot of you don't believe that Manila has a forest. But as it turns out, it has a couple of green areas. And so I'm not going to tell you exactly where it's at, because that would be giving it away. Besides, I don't want you knocking on my door in the middle of the night, and when I open it, I get hit by rotten eggs, so we're going to avoid that. So I'm not going to reveal exactly where that is just yet. And then we'll save up some money, and then that'll give us some money to go around, and maybe we'll be able to save enough where we can go and experience the number one buffet in the entire Philippines, which is located inside the Okada Hotel. And what is that buffet? That is the famous, or the infamous lobster and prime rib buffet. And we'll bring it to you as we enjoy our meal, which would be a lot of fun, right? So we're going to see if we can pull it off. I'm not sure we're going to be able to. It's very, very expensive there. And so even for Dan, it costs a lot of money. Thank you for sharing it out, Daisy Lynn. I really appreciate it. Alien Cruise Official, Anime Vianacanyas is here. Thanks so much, Claire. Alien Cruise Official, Lorraine Pajadas, Nicole, RD Vlogs. What would our stream be without RD in the house? And letting me. I plan on visiting your your live stream very very soon, within the next month or two. Ramel Guapo Smash is here. Manny O, what do you know? All right, so now I got all that stuff out of the way. Now, what happens after Manila? Well, we're going there. It's a combination staycation and vacation sort of thing happening. So depending on whether we get our business done in Manila, will dictate whether we get the opportunity to find a ticket and fly out to where was it? I was talking about going Siem Reap. Siem Reap, Cambodia. And now a lot of people have been asking me, well, you're going to stop in Phnom Penh, right? You're going to do Phnom Penh, right? I'll tell you the truth. It's a spontaneous adventure, and I'm not sure if we're going to get Phnom Penh and Siem Reap in, but a couple things have caught my attention, and that is that they got a train that goes through Laos. I'm not sure it goes to Thailand, but if you look on a map, my geography is lousy, so I had to look on a map. If you look on a map, you'll see that Cambodia and Thailand are right next to each other. So it seems to me like there would be a bus, a train, a plane, an automobile, a tuk-tuk, uh, uh, some kind of transportation mode that you could take from Siem Reap and through Thailand. I'm not sure if you'd be going through southern Thailand or northern Thailand. And then Nitban had to ruin the whole thing by sending me a message saying, Dan, there's this train that goes through Laos. And I don't know, because I don't know, I'm not sure I'm sold on that idea. We're going to probably decide when we're in Manila what we're going to do. So like I said, this is like whatever inspires us is where we're going to end up. And I'm sure that in between all the stuff that's going on, we're going to try and meet with a couple of you. And also, I wanted to head to Pampanga, San Fernando, and I wanted to see if we can meet some people that are in that area. And we're just going to have to play it by ear to see how everything turns out. So I'm not sure. I'm not really sure how things are going to go. I'm just checking out my mic here. If you see me feeling out the mic here, I want to make sure that it's on. Hello. Testing 1, 2, 3. Nobody has told me that it isn't working, so I'll just take it that it is. 12 million people in the house. We're going to be drawing soon for GCASH. I loaded up the GCASH. We're going to be giving it away. 3 of you will win 333. And I've got in GCASH Philippine pesos. I've been shuffling the cards as I've been talking. I've been trying to multitask to the best of my ability. And I think I have the cards shuffled and ready to go. But I don't know when we're going to do game 1. So I want to talk about one more thing related to this adventure. So, you guys, I'm not sure you know this. Some of you may know this, but here's how it goes when you're traveling internationally. When you're traveling internationally, and you have dual citizenship like Man Mini does, you have to decide, or you have to consider, whether it's easier to visit on a U.S. passport or a Philippine passport. And because for Americans, there's a visa requirement for visiting Cambodia. And so, but you have to have all your ducks in a row when you visit. And so if we go to Cambodia, Maris is here, Journals in the house, Ramil Guapo, hello again. If we decide we're going to Cambodia, they have an option where you can get the visa upon arrival. And the visa upon arrival is $30 per person, which ain't inexpensive. So what is that? 1,600 pesos per person to enter into the Kingdom of Cambodia. And so now we have to be careful here because, see, if you're running on a Filipino passport issued by the Philippine government, they don't require you to have a visa, right? So I've been thinking this thing through. Okay, wait a minute. Filipinos get to enter the Kingdom of Cambodia, Thailand, and Malaysia for free. They welcome you with open arms because your country probably welcomes them with open arms. So now I started thinking about this. Okay, I know I need to get a visa, and so I'll probably end up doing the visa on arrival plan. But before we go, we have to go to the portrait shop because we have to make sure that we have the proper size pictures that the visa requires, which is what, a 2x2? You know, it has to be like a passport size picture, maybe larger, so that we meet the requirements for the Cambodia visa. Anna G is here. Claire hanging in there with us. And Prissy Manzanero. Good evening. Good evening. You're here today. Thank you so much. 20 million people in the house. And so the whole thing is that I started thinking about this, and then I hit the wall. And the reason why I did, because I think you have to request that they stamp both visas when you're exiting and entering any country. So that means if Ma'am Minnie were to fly on her Filipino visa or exit the country, she needs an exit stamp on both, one or both, most likely the Philippine visa, if she didn't want to have to apply for an entry visa in Cambodia, which she certainly would have to do if she used her U.S. passport. Mildred, LV, 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 LV. You're number one, not number two. Don't ever change. Welcome in, welcome in. John Ray is here. Shout out, John Ray. So you get my dilemma. So now I checked this out, Claire, and here's what I found online. But what you find out online, what you discover by researching it, does not necessarily mean that you're going to be treated this way as you exit and enter the country and of the Philippines. Now, why is this important? This is important because we have to have the exit stamp in order to return to get the Balikbayan visa or privilege. Ramirez here. Anime hanging in there. Thanks for posting that short video. I really appreciate it. So that means that I have to be very careful how we do this. I think I'm going to end up getting the visa for Ma'am Minnie anyway, and then we will try and get them to stamp both passports as we exit and enter each country so that when we make our way around back into the Philippines, we'll be entitled to get the Balikbayan visa. What is that? Or the privilege? That means that spouses can stay that aren't Filipino citizens but married to a Filipino spouse. They can stay for prolonged periods of time. That means that I would have the opportunity to stay in the Philippines for a whole year, Criselda, without having to do anything. How are you, Criselda? So I wouldn't have to do anything, Manolin Reyes, Mill and Rams. All I have to do is just hang around. I don't have any requirements. I don't have to go get a special visa. I don't have to pay any fees, which is important. All I do is get the Balikbayan privilege and I'm good to go. So it's a challenge. It's a challenge. And here's the other thing. Since we don't really know where we're going to end up, it's conceivable that depending on how mostly I feel, because I'm an old man, depending on what kind of mood I'm in, because sometimes I get feisty, I may decide that we're going to go see many more countries and we'll do the one way airplane tickets or one way train tickets or one way bus tickets. And we'll go point A to the next country, point B to the next country, point C to the next country, point D, the next country, and then back to the Philippines. And that will save both time and money so you don't have to come back to home base. However, could be we just end up in Cambodia, Siem Reap, climbing the temples of Angkor Wat, and I will say, gosh, I've had this dream since I was a kid. Joan Cruise, Team Judy, and once I accomplish this, once I have done this, then I may just say, screw it. Let's head back home. I did it. I climbed a temple in Angkor Wat. Yay! I did it, right? I did it. And then I will say I lived all my dreams. They have all come true. I could leave this planet with a smile on my face. That could happen. That could happen. But then I have this attitude, Ramir, I have this attitude that as long as the little feetsies still work, as long as I can still carry myself and my bags, then I will go wherever I decide I want to go and see as much of the world with Man Mini by my side until God decides that I probably had enough. So that really is more or less, Jess is here. That's more or less the way I feel about it. That's more or less the way that I feel about it. And that is that keep going where you can keep going. You know, shop until you drop. Shop until you drop, until the little feetsies won't carry you any longer. And so I think that's the plan. You know, and so I have a birthday coming up in April. I don't know, some of you that are paying attention, you know that. Early April. Oh, early April, I have a birthday coming up, and I will be a whopping 68 years old. I do believe that I am the eldest person in the room. And so that makes me your elder, so you have to be nice and respectful to me. Actually, I don't really have to say that because Filipinos are, as part of their culture, very nice and respectful. 21 million people in the house, 25 minutes and 32 seconds into this live. And so let's talk about something else. I'll bet you that I could share something with you that most of you don't know. And I'm about ready to do that. I'm going to shock you by telling you that if we do end up in Cambodia, most of you probably don't know. Crystals is here. Crystals, let's go do naked hiking. Let's gather everybody up and let's go do naked hiking. So here's the thing. Cambodia uses American dollars. Yes, Anna G. Yes, Manolin. They have their own money, right? They have their own currency, but everybody takes American dollars, and this is because the American currency is strong, and probably because the Cambodians can take a little bit of advantage because they know more about American money than Americans do. So they can think like this, like boom, 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 boom. That's a new trend. Yeah, the new trend is naked hiking. We need to get a whole bunch of people together, take our clothes off, and head for the hills. Oh, that doesn't sound that great, does it, Crystals? So anyway, 27 million people are here. We're going to be drawn for the first winner pretty soon. We're going to be drawn pretty soon. I got the cards already shoveled over here, sitting over here to my right. So anyway, here's here's the thing. They use dollars, and so here's what happens, right? So I'm thinking to myself, oh my goodness gracious, I'm gonna go over there with Filipino pesos, and the Cambodians are gonna look at me and they're gonna go, huh? What do you want me to do with this money? Huh? So I have very few dollars in my pocket. I have enough dollars to get me through maybe one day, but I realized I was telling Ma'am Minnie this morning, I said, I think we got to go to the bank because we have to go to the bank to exchange pesos for dollars. If we wait till we get over to Cambodia, should we end up there, we're going to get silence and the stare. And I don't like getting the silence and the stare. Basically, it'll be like this. You'll go up to the exchange, you'll say, I would like to exchange Filipino pesos for dollars. And they'll look at you like this. Uh, 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 So instead of doing that, I said to Ma'am Minnie, we got to get over to the bank because we're leaving tomorrow and we got to go buy some dollars and we got to do it with pesos because they will buy the pesos back and then they'll give us dollars, Irene and Ira. So here's what happens. Ma'am Minnie says, sounds good, sounds reasonable, sounds like a plan. Let's go. So we gather all our things up. We head over to the bank, get inside there, get a number for foreign exchange, and guess what happens? We get up there, and there's a very lovely, obviously customer service oriented young man working the foreign exchange. And he says, can I help you? He said, yes. We would like for you to sell us some $100 bills, American, please. I got money in my pocket to pay. I got pesos. And I reach in my pocket and I pull out some pesos. I figured that with the exchange rate, the buy rate, and everything, I would need something like 30,000 pesos in order to purchase 5 $100 bills. Right? So I'm all prepared. I have the money in my pocket. I couldn't wait to pull it out. It was burning a hole in my pocket. I wanted everybody to see it. So I unzipped my pocket. I pulled out the money and I just went plop right on the counter. And the guy's looking at me like a bird on a wire. He's looking at me like, okay, we're almost there, but we have another requirement. And this is how you gain experience here in the Philippines is by doing. You have to go do it and then find out all these rules that they have, right? So there's always going to be some rule attached to it. I've learned that about the Philippines. So Anime, here's what happens. He says you have to show me the ticket for international travel first. And I'm going, huh? What? Are you, what? I got to do what? You just can't sell me the American money? You're a bank, right? You don't enjoy making money. You're a bank. You make profit. You buy low, you sell high. Buy low, you sell high. Buy low, sell high. But instead, he just looks high to me because he's asking me for an international ticket. And I'm saying to him, Charmaine, Sir Luke, I'm saying to him, after I say that's the most ridiculous idea that I've ever heard. And now I said to him, I said, there are many, many ways here to skin a cat. I have yet to purchase the international ticket for the flight overseas. And so he goes, well, it's a requirement of the bank, sir. It doesn't look like we're going to be able to do a transaction today. I said, but we will. We will. Jason is here. Hi, Jason. The house is looking great. And here's how it went. I turned, I looked at my wife. I said, Ma'am Minnie, may I ask you a question in front of this regulator? And he starts laughing. I said, may I ask you a question in front of the bank regulator here? And she goes, yeah. I go, don't you have a dollar account as well as a peso account? And she goes like this, huh, ah. As a matter of fact, I do. I said, can I buy 500 American dollars from you? Can you tell Mr. Man that you would like to take a withdrawal of 500 American dollars out of your dollar account, and I will gladly pay you, return the money to you in pesos, and then you can deposit here in Mr. Man's bank. So I've got pesos here. Let me go online and let me figure out what the exchange rate is, and I will give you exactly what the spot rate is right here, right now. And Mr. Man is sitting across the table, and he's kind of like, he's smirking like, it's like Beavis and Butthead. I'm not kidding you guys. I live and learn and I have fun. But he's sitting there going, oh, I guess you figured out a way around, didn't you? I said, yeah, I always do. I never say no. I never let any rule that you guys have anywhere here in the Philippines stop me from accomplishing the things I need to accomplish. And so he goes, well, that's just wonderful. And then he turns to Ma'am Minnie, totally ignoring me at this point, and says, you do have a dollar account? She says, yes. May I see your card and your ID? And so she hands that over, right? She hands that over. And he doles out 5 crisp $100 bills. But I warned him. I said, now, make sure it has no folded corners. Make sure they're brand spanking new. Make sure there's no writing on them. Make sure they're clean. Make sure that they haven't been ironed. Make sure. And finally the guy goes, and then and then I will accept those as long as they're in perfect order, the same way in which we gave you the money. And so he says, I understand, sir. Certainly. I'm accommodating. I'm going to help. I'm going to give you exactly what you need. And he doled it out there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He counted it a second time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And he counted it a third time just to make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then he put them in the palm of my hand for my inspection. And inspect them, I did. Each and every one of those $100 bills I took and I looked at them and I scrutinized them and I go, it looks like this one has a little spittle on it. I'm going to have to give this one back to you. And I gave it back to him and he gave me another one. I looked at that. This one looks good. Thank you. 40 million people in the house. So once we were done with this process, the requirements of the bank and the requirements of Dan, Pinky Gray is here. Rona Cease in the house. Crystal's adventure. She seems to be enjoying it a little bit. Crystal's has a sense of humor. I mean, it's the irony. Mark, it's the irony. It's one of the things, it's one of these quirky idiosyncrasies, these little tiny things, these little needles that just keep poking you and poking you and poking you until you bleed out. That is the Philippines. Standing in long lines and honoring people with your presence. Yes. That's what this is all about, Ron Jean. It's about honoring people. It's about honoring Filipinos with your presence. So anyway, we get through that and I'm out of there and I get home and here's Jerry from South Texas is in the house. Mike Married is here. Thank you for showing up. And so here's the whole thing. 42 million people here. Pressy Manzanero, I get home and I'm a man of my word. and I doled out the actual spot exchange rate to Man Minnie for being so kind and taking the money out of her dollar account, her dollar account she had at the bank. I gave her a little bit extra for the inconvenience because dollars are hard to come by in the Philippines unless you're going to go to the United States and you're going to mule them over on a visit, which is what a lot of people do. But you run out eventually, and you have to figure out a way to get more American dollars. And so now, bottom line is we're all set up. Where there's a will, there's a way. You will always figure out the workaround. You'll always figure out the workaround, and then you got to share it with everybody because one day they may very well be caught up in the same situation. Excuse me, sir, but can you please present your international airline ticket proving that you're getting ready to travel abroad? That is a banking rule. That is a federal banking rule that you must present in order for me to sell you American dollars. I said, really? I said, you don't believe in profit? You don't believe in buying low, selling high? Because when we come in here, I think you give me 55 or 56 to 1 on those dollars. And now you want me to pay 57 or 58 to 1 so you can make profit. But you're telling me you won't even sell me the dollars because I don't have proof of international travel. Prayadeep is here. So that's a very, very interesting thing. Now, all banks may not have the same requirement. In other words, you may go to Metro Bank, you may go to some other bank. Oh, wait a minute. I didn't mention the name of the bank, did I? You know what? I think that we're just going to leave it at that. I don't think I'm going to mention the name of the bank because they know who they are and we know who they are. And I will next time make sure that I have my ticket purchased in advance proving international travel, or else Mamie and I will be in the same situation and we'll have to go in there and we'll have to do the same trick again. But the money runs out. Eventually you run out of dollars. You can't continue to go in there time and time again, because eventually you run out of American dollars. I did hear though that if you go to Western Union, if you have somebody in the States send you a Western Union, money in Western Union, and tell them you want the payout in American dollars, and then you go one day in advance to the Western Union, and you tell them, I'd like to do business with you. I want the payout in American dollars. Can you make sure that you have them in stock, and I will pick the money up tomorrow? And friends have told me that they're extremely accommodating. So that's amazing. So if we want to get American dollars here, then we have to have somebody send it, Western Union, or we send it to ourselves and have the payout in American dollars. Let them know at the Western Union that it's coming, and they will charge you a small fee, but it's perfectly fine for the inconvenience of having them run to the bank. I hope Hop ends up getting that leg thing, that he needs to strap on there so he doesn't have such a difficult time hopping around, Mike. LJ Rose Pesos in the house. Is that Paiso? 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 I'm terrible with names. All right, let's do the first contest. 38 million people are here. That's a good number. I have the cards ready to go. I think most of you know how this contest goes, and that's that you will select a number between 1 and 5, Shaney, after I put start in the chat. I'll put start in the chat, and that will be your signal to guess. You're going to be guessing a number between 1 and 25. The person who's the first to enter the number that I have put aside after taking it out of the middle of the shuffled deck will win 333 pesos. But here's the rest of the story. The rest of the story is that once you win, you're out of play for the other two sessions that are left. Session 2 and Session 3, you would be out of play. And also, you're not allowed to use your ninja channels or anything like that. You have to actually, it's one vote, one person, or one vote for a channel. The bottom line is you only get one vote. If we see duplicates in there, then unfortunately, it'll be challenged and you won't get the money because somebody will say, oh, so-and-so ended up using their main channel and their ninja channels and their personal name and their firstborn child as a guest, and they ended up winning. It's not fair. And no, you can't do that. Play fair. Play fair in the schoolyard. Now, I've already selected the card. I put it aside. I hope you understand the rules. And also, after you win, like I said, after you win, we remove the number that won out of the deck, and we also remove you from a chance of winning again. Sure, Dan, can I use this channel? I'm live. Yes, of course you can. Of course, I'm easy to get along with. Sir Luke knows the rules. Anna Mae does, and South Texas, Texan Jerry knows. And so we're ready to go, I do believe. Okay, I got my phone in front of me. I'm buffering. I don't know if I'm buffering on your end. I'm buffering here on the phone. So we're gonna go ahead and put start in the chat. I hope it shows up. And then once I do, you guess that number between 1 and 25. When you see that show up in the chat, let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes. Whoa, looks like it's going pretty good. Oh, did I see? Dez is here. Dez is in the house. All right. So now I have stalled out here on my phone. I'm not sure exactly what's going on. But okay, I'm getting ready to put stop in the chat. Once I put stop in there, the guessing is over. Anything that comes below the stop on your end will not count. And so let's take a look as the stop enters into the chat to see where it's at. Stop. All right. Now it's time to reveal the winning number. Man, I have so many problems with lighting here in this place. It's unbelievable. 43 million people in the house. Welcome. And thank you. Thank you so much for honoring us with your presence. We truly do appreciate it. Thank you to all channel members. Thank you to everyone that goes in and watches the videos and hits that like button. I truly appreciate it. All right, let's see what the winning number is. It's coming up now. Bam! It's number 20. Number 20. Do we have a winner with number 20? Yeah, that's the other part of it. The other part, Yen Arena, is you guys have to go take a look inside the chat to see if somebody took number 20. And if they did, then you send that, you put the winning person's name up there. What? Congratulations. Who is it? Jaylyn? What? Jaylyn, congratulations. You're the winner of 333 and pesos sent directly to your GCASH. Congratulations. I'm so happy for you. That's 333 with the number 20. All right, so now that's Jaylyn, can you send to my chat? I have the chat up and running. I'm going to tell you what happened with that thing because I struggled with it. And you're a winner of 333 pesos sent to your GCash account so long as I could find your GCash number, which I'm encouraging you to send to Messenger. Send to Messenger just to make sure that I have it, and I will promptly send your winnings to you right after this chat, right after this online live is over. And by the way, it's raining like crazy. I'm distracted because it is pouring rain here. I don't know if it's pouring rain where you're at, but it's pouring rain. Once again, congratulations, Jaylyn. let's get going. In the event that we have a brownout and things get messed up, I will go in and restart it by using my cell phone. That's the plan. So if something happens and we have a brownout, because the generator is down and out for right now, and so what we're going to have to do is, if we have a brownout, I'll be switching over to the load that I have on the cell phone. So don't give up on me. I will not give up on you. Not ever, 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 never. Thank you, anime. Now let's go again. I'm shuffling the cards. I'm pulling one out of the center of the deck. I don't know what the number is. I put it over here to my right. And Jalen is out of play, and so is the winning number. Number 20 is out of play. Basically, that means don't choose 20. Water can be so refreshing at times. I apologize for the ads. No, I don't apologize. I just I forgot that whole thing again. I should have gone there, and I wanted to pause the ads in the center of the live stream. I forgot to do it again. Wow, no rain inside. That's South Texan. All right. I got the card pulled already. I'm getting ready to enter start. 49 minutes and 10 seconds in the live so far. We're getting close to the end. We do a maximum of 1 hour. I'm getting ready to enter start. As soon as you see it, take your best guess on a number. As soon as you see it, the guessing begins. Do 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 do. 50 million people in the house, 51 million people in the house. That is a absolutely incredible number. I'm so happy. I'm getting ready to enter stop. I'm doing it right now. Stop means stop. Hey, you, stop. Put the brakes on. All right. Stop. This is the second round. We got one more to go after this. Let's see if we have a winner. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Stop. Stop, Pink. My Wilma's here. All right. Let's see what the number is. I should let you guys wait a second. I like suspense. I like drama. One more sip of water. Okay, and here we go. The winning number for round 2 is, bam, take that, number 8, everlasting life. I love it. 8, 8, number 8. Do we have a winner for number 8? I'll stand by while you tell me if we have a winner. Number 8. What? Maris is a winner. Maris. We have consensus. No, we have an actual winner. And that is Maris. Congratulations. You have won pesos 333 by selecting the number 8. Now make sure that make sure you send me your GCASH number in the messenger. Now, one more thing, gang. I'm going to be taking the cards with us on this trip because the cards are not too heavy or bulky to be carrying around. And I will have to load up. I just remembered I have to load up my GCASH tomorrow morning before we go. So in case we end up in parts unknown, I will have the money to be able to pay out for winners in future weeks coming up. So I was just thinking I might have to enlist the help also of the brother-in-law, Jill, the brother-in-law, dedicated brother-in-law and occasional driver and errand runner. He takes care of business for us. I really appreciate and want to publicly thank him. With 53 million people in the house, we're getting ready to do the third and final draw of the evening. Yes, indeed. So I've been thinking, I was going to share one more story before we do the final draw, but I think I will save it for next time. Yes, I'm a compassionate man. I'm not going to make you, Glenda's here. I'm not going to make you, I in the house. I'm not going to make you suffer through another story. Okay, so we don't end up going a full hour. What's the big deal, right? If we don't get a full hour in, we're 53 minutes and 10 seconds in the live stream, and I could see Girly Senna is chomping at the bit. She wants to be a winner tonight. I could see that. It's coming straight through the screen right now. 50 million people here. I'm shuffling the cards for the last GCASH giveaway of the evening for Pesos 333. Now keep your eye on the chat because I'm getting ready to hit the start button. I'm getting ready to put it in the chat. Once I hit start, you may start guessing. That's what it means. And then you'll have to stop when I enter stop. Do not select number 20 or number 8 because they've already been picked and they're no longer in the deck. And there's also another thing I want to tell you. Jaylyn and Maris are out of play. They're sitting it out also because they want somebody else in here to win. And that makes sense, right? 54 minutes and 8 seconds into the live stream, I'm getting ready to enter start into this chat. Here we go. When you see start, you may start guessing. This is genius, folks. This is genius. That's all thanks to Tim Desiak. It's genius. So da 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 dee dee doo 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 doo. Ron Jean is here. Do 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 you do 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 do. Stop. Did it show up? Did it show up? It showed up on my screen here in the TV, in the phone, but not on my monitor. So I hope it showed up. One person, one guess. Remember that. One person, one guess. All right, let's see if we have a winner with 49 million people hanging around. Thanks. Thanks for honoring me with your presence. I truly appreciate it. Here's the final winning number. Maybe, maybe not. We'll have to wait and see. For this live stream on Friday in the Philippines. Here it goes. Bam! In your face. Number one, number one, number one. One. Don't ever change. Number one. Did anyone in the house pick number one before we called it a day? Let's see what we got. Number one, number one, number one. Yay, Anna G. What? What? Anna G's a winner? Anna G. How you be? You're a winner. I always knew that. I always knew you were a winner. Anna G's a winner with number one for Pesos 333. All right. Congratulations, Anna G. As with the other winners, if you wouldn't mind and being so kind, sending me the GCASH number, even though I may have it already, I just want to make sure that actually I'm lazy and I don't really want to go looking for it. That's really what it's all about. So I've got the cards ready to go, and they're right here in my hand, so that after this live stream, I'm going to pack them up. I think I'm going to put a rubber band around them. I got the rubber band sitting right here, and I'm making sure that The rubber band is coming with me. No, the cards are coming with me, and the rubber band. I don't want to lose them. By the way, I want to tell you a story. When I was carrying those bingo things around, Griselda, I got stopped. At check-in, and they said at the airport, "What are you doing carrying those things around?" they actually they actually opened the bag to take a look to see what was going on. I said, "Well, those are my bingo things. I play bingo. I like to practice, so I have the cards, and I got the little bingo tabs." And the guy was saying, "Is that your story, and you're sticking to it?" I said, "Yeah, that's because it's the truth." The guy said, "Okay, I'll buy it." I had him in a little safety lock. He just threw them back in the bag. Said, "Have a nice vacation, Sir Dan. Have a nice vacation, Mr. Dan." And I went on my merry way. So I wonder what they look like. I wonder what they look like in that X-ray machine as they're coming through. Oh, that's a big horse pill. Those are big horse pill that dude has to swallow every day. Let me see. Let me see if Ma'am Minnie's around to say hello and goodbye to you folks. Hang on. Ma'am Minnie, are you here? Ma'am Minnie. She's excited. She we're playing, my wife and I. Where are you? Speaking of playing with your wife, Ma'am Minnie, come on in here and say hello and goodbye to the folks. Come on in here. Come on in here. Are you packed and ready to go? I haven't packed yet.
Hi, everybody.
Oh, there she is. Ma'am Minnie in the house.
Guys.
We have winners. The winners tonight are Jaylyn, Maris, and Anna G.
Guys.
Thank you so much for coming and honoring us with your presence. We will see everybody on the next live.
Bye.
Take care. Bye-bye. We're out.